Barbershop Podcast, episode number 22, coming to you live from Hamilton, Ontario. Place where, if you know where it's at, you're there already. Some of the best music, some of the most interesting people, and I certainly have one of them in the studio tonight. Along with Ryan Cannon, I have Mr. Alex MacDougall. Alex has been not just a part, but almost like a cornerstone for more than a generation of Hamilton music. And he's come here with a really interesting, large cross-section retrospective of what he's done in Hamilton, and you're going to get a real flavor for some of the incredibly creative, diverse people that we've got in this community. Welcome to the show, Alex. I'm glad that you're here. 20 years we've known each other. And,
that's right.
Yeah. And I thought right away, this is a guy, always interesting. The conversations are great. Fantastic guitar player in your own right.
Well, thank you.
And I have to preface that it's not uncommon on this show when people come in and they're professional musicians that they come from a family where music was
that's right
established and it was important and it was legitimate, and for them to continue on into their adulthood as a musician, that kind of respect for music is really important, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think a lot of us come from the era where you could work full-time as a musician. That's not around as much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Truro, Nova Scotia, and came to Hamilton at the invite of Frank Rondell and Rita Shirelli, playing a band called the Magic Bubble. Got signed to CBS Records, and had an album out, had a couple of hit records, and at the time I would have only been 20 years old, maybe 19 years old. Then played with another band called Young out of Hamilton. We had one hit record and one album, and moved on through the years and played with King Biscuit Boy and Crowbar for quite a few years. Did a lot of touring with them out around the Calgary Stampede, and we played out at Expo 86. As bands go, you know what it is. They all have a shelf life
to a certain extent.
Yeah. Very few are going to be like the Rolling Stones or the Who.
Right.
So you go from band to band. Now, myself, I've always been lucky enough, and I really feel that I've had tremendous luck being able to play with some of the best musicians around. I don't think I've been in a band yet where the band really sucked.
Yeah, and everyone's great, and we're not talking just the best in Hamilton. We're talking the best around.
That's right.
These are world-class musicians.
Yep.
And often many of them just struggle to make ends meet, or they have to do 2 or 3 jobs, but they continue to do it. Yep. And one cat I want to talk about, because that's who we're going to hit right off the bat. Harrison Kennedy, chairman of the board. This is a guy who managed to have a music career that spanned quite a long time. Yep. Tell me about you hooking up with that guy.
I hooked up with Harrison, and he was putting a band together, and he had myself, bass player named Jan Reimers, keyboard player named Doug Bowman, and a drummer named Alex Karza. And we started rehearsing in his basement, and after about 3 or 4 rehearsals, we realized there was something really cool going on there.
What year was this, roughly?
Roughly mid-90s.
Okay.
Yeah. And just recently, my latest band, Groove Corporation, we played a benefit for Harrison because he's having some difficulties right now. Yeah. And he was so grateful to everybody who came, and we have this giant picture that I'll send you that has maybe 30, 40, 50 musicians in it.
Yeah.
And you probably know every one of them.
Yeah. And just to say that, I remember he walked in 20 some odd years ago when I was, still quite a basement player, and I still am to a great extent. But he came in and he was so gracious and nice, and the fact we were playing blues standards in the wrong key and leaving the sevenths out and things like that, he was more pleased that these guys were into that music,
and having fun,
and
that's always the bottom line. Unless you are somebody like the Rolling Stones or the Who or somebody like that, you're not going to make the giant dollars that will buy you the Lamborghini and the all of that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing it for fun, stop doing it.
Stop doing it. Well,
we've said that to each other
before once or twice. Yeah. I'd like to spin "Fool for Your Love." You probably remember the recording session coming in, how it felt.
Yeah.
Anything special we should know about this track before we play it?
Yes, there is. All of the Harrison Kennedy tracks that I'm playing tonight were done live off the floor.
And for those of you who don't know, that is, that's where you show your chops. The whole band show their chops.
There are no overdubs.
Yeah.
Overdub being when you record a bunch of tracks and then you come back and you record a bunch more.
Layer them. Fix them,
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is live, dead off the floor.
This is what it sounds like if you were sitting there on a chair.
That's right.
From Barbershop Podcast, we got Alex MacDougall playing alongside one of Hamilton's and the world's greats, Harrison Kennedy.
Waited all night for your foreign car, honey, it never came. I waited all week for your honey right out in the pouring rain. You walked right by me, nothing left to say. I can't figure out where I went wrong. But when the lights go down, you're on the phone and you call my name. And I run to you, you're all alone, say you feel the same. When there's nothing left, you're on the phone, say from heaven above. Oh baby, I'm just a fool for your love. I'm just a for your love. 3 times 7 makes 21 times you pass me by. 21 times and a million tears falling from my eyes. You walked right by me, couldn't look my way. I can't figure out where I went wrong. But when the lights go down, you're on the phone and you call my name. And I run to you, you're all alone, so you feel the same. When there's nothing left, you're on the phone, say from heaven above. Oh baby, I'm just a fool for your love. Yeah, I'm just a fool for your love.
Live off the floor,
You
live
got
from
that right.
Boxo Studio. Where was that recorded?
That was recorded at Highland Studio.
Yeah, way up when there probably wasn't a lot of stuff up there other than studio.
Yeah.
Well, the 90s, I guess it was starting to blow up. But
Yeah, but we had the opportunity to go in and because I was working there at the time, and go in and do the tracks live.
yeah. So you set everything up and then jumped on the guitar.
Yeah.
So you actually have production credits on this too, because it's one
Yes.
hell of a recording, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I mean, the bass is just like strong through that whole thing. And live
Yeah.
off the floor, fantastic. What a great recording. What a nice piece of something to capture.
Yeah. And it kind of shows how when people, musicians in particular, work together,
Connect.
how they can connect.
Yeah.
That's big point in playing music.
Yeah, and that comes across to someone who doesn't, most people don't understand or aren't interested in that. It's the feel and how it makes them feel.
Yeah.
And that is, clearly that gets across in the recording, because it was live off the floor. We'll get back to some more Harrison Kennedy later, but we've got to move along because we got a lot of material to cover here. When I met you 20 years ago, you were playing with a group called the Trailblazers, and that was interesting because it was the early 90s, and it was a time when that sound was really starting to blow up a bit, but it also had a real Hamilton flavor to it, didn't it?
Yeah. The whole Trailblazers thing was pretty interesting, because the music that you're going to listen to now was recorded at Puck's Farm, and there's a really interesting story there. Puck's Farm was owned by Fraser Mohawk. Fraser Mohawk's real name is actually Barry Friedman. Barry Friedman is the guy. He was president and head of Elektra Records in the States. He signed Mike Bloomfield and Paul Butterfield Blues Band. He introduced Neil Young to Crosby, Stills and Nash, and he had a whole list of credits. And eventually he burned out. So he went to Europe. He's passed now, but he had a great love of animals, and he put together a little circus called Puck Circus that toured over in Europe. And then he finished up with that, came back to Canada, bought a farm that he called Puck's Farm, and there are all kinds of children go there to do they have
corn fundraisers and things
and they have Cowboy Bob, who has a horse that does tricks, and they have pig races and all this stuff. And dead smack in the middle of this is a barn. One half of the barn has a Rupert Neve recording studio, and for those of you who don't know who Rupert Neve is, he built some of the best recording equipment that's ever existed. Some of the biggest hit records in the world were done on Rupert Neve boards. So Lily got to know him, and he gave us the opportunity to come up there and record. And one of the things I always remember about this is that 6 o'clock every night you had to stop recording because the cows came in to get milked.
And that was priority.
And they had the other half of the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be about an hour or so. So you go have supper and that type of thing. And then the cows would either go back out to pasture or lay down, And the reason we had to stop was because the cows would kick the wall in between the...
They were getting into the recording.
I guess so.
They were liking it. All right, we're going to play Another Lover, and Everything's Going to Be All Right. And these are two songs recorded at Puck's Farms.
Yep, and I'd like to say who's on these songs. Melody Jean is the vocalist. The amazing Lily
Saz, who's a fantastic keyboard player. I wouldn't even define her as a blues player because she's so good at everything. Yeah, but that's her forte.
And the amazing Ian Nielsen, who just worked with Steve Nagus, who was on your show. Mm-hmm. And I think Ian was on the album that you played from Steve, the latest one.
Right.
And so that's all the people who were on it, and myself. So
here's a little slice of Hamilton history.
yes,
Good bunch of people, great band. I enjoyed seeing them. The Trailblazers with Alex MacDougall here at barbershoppodcast.com.
I just wanna tell you, don't turn a blind eye on me. I just wanna tell you, you don't need sight to see. Don't get away. The power of love. Don't give it away.
was the Trailblazers. Trailblazers lasted for how long? 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, it was somewhere around there.
And,
yeah, and there were several versions. The version you're listening to now is the last version. But there was strangely enough, an original version that had Diane Fontaine in it, Lily, myself, and Kim Campanero on bass, who is now the lead singer with Groove Corporation.
Right.
So.
And Jerry was playing at some point.
Yeah, Jerry's on one of the other albums.
The older ones, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the Harrison Kennedy stuff. We're moving it along, but I'm really taken by that recording, kind of like a magical night. What impression are you left from where that kind of set you? Because there's a sound, that's consistent throughout, what you do. It's I don't know what you call it, groove heavy and a funky, and a lot of jump to it.
And I come from that era.
Yeah.
My background is from that era.
Who were your big influences when you were?
Oh, gee. Everybody from Earth, Wind and Fire to Paul Butterfield to Blood, Sweat and Tears, Chicago.
Yeah.
Just loved Terry Cass playing in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then a lot of artists like Larry Carlton, Robin Ford, and some of the West Coast artists as well. So that's where the influences come from.
Yeah, it definitely comes through.
And Nova Scotia.
Yeah,
that style of music is really big in Nova Scotia. A lot
of East Coast people this part of Ontario.
Oh, you bet there are.
You can't swing a cat without finding a Maritimer somewhere. Usually the one swinging the cat at you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to play Try.
Yeah.
And again, from this session at Stone Church Studios.
Yep.
Live off the floor.
Yep.
And this is the Rockin' Hurricanes with Harrison Kennedy on barbershoppodcast.com.
What
And that was Get Ready from the Trailblazers. A slight technical glitch, but still, it doesn't matter where we land the needle. It's kick-ass music.
Yeah.
The needle. You like that, Ryan?
And
Yeah, that was all me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Technology, even when we don't use the turntable, once or twice I had to drop it, like squinting my eye, but then landed it on once and once not so close. But that's what makes it live and interesting. But we're going to pop back right into the Harrison Kennedy song.
Try.
Try. What was your impression? What are you left with playing in that era and that time, and what you took out of it?
That I got to work with some really, really remarkable people. Guys like Harrison Kennedy and Jan Reimers, and Jan also later played in Groove Corporation for a while on bass. When you get to work with guys like that, there's some stuff coming up that it makes you feel proud to be a Hamiltonian. Because this isn't people brought in from other places to play on tracks.
Yeah.
This is all local guys.
This is as Hamilton as it gets.
Yeah.
And this is how good it gets. And you get to hear it here at barbershoppodcast.com. Harrison Kennedy, Try.
Walking in a desert underneath the lazy sun. Soft sand helps my memories around. I've been so long since I went away. I see your smiling face, my heart just wants to say, do you wanna love me? Do you wanna let me go? Take a chance on a lifetime, don't let go. Try to put the accent on love. Underneath the lazy sun, cool breeze helps those memories of her. I've been so long since you've been away. I see your smiling face, my heart just wants to say, do you wanna love me? Do you wanna let me go? Take a chance on a lifetime, don't let go. Underneath the pale blue sky, long distance to a short goodbye. I've been so long since I went away. I see your loving eyes, my heart just wants to say, do you wanna love me? Do you wanna let me go? Take a chance on a lifetime, don't let go. Try on love. Try to put the accent on love. Try to put the accent on love. Try to put the accent on love. You got time, mama, now. Don't worry, don't worry. I know you can do it, baby. Come on, now wait for you go. Dig it, baby. Just like a song from that my thing. All the love you got now. A little bit of action. Feel it, baby. I'm not feeling real good now. Give a little more, mama. A little more, little more, little that. Come on, baby, you can do it.
Ow! That is good stuff.
It
Oh
is.
man, Harrison's having a good time there. And he
Yeah,
liked
and-
it. He
and
liked
me
this.
too.
Yeah.
Everybody in the band, that's what I said when we first started. After we had 3 or 4 rehearsals, we knew there was something happening there. And we decided to try writing original material.
Yeah.
And this is all original material, written by myself, Harrison, and Jan, the bass player.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know Jan, Lily was bemoaning when he had to leave Groove
oh,
Corps.
yeah.
Like, talk about shoes to fill. Like,
Yeah.
how hard was it to try to get a guy, to play bass coming in after having him?
Oh, listen, we lucked out.
Yeah.
We got a guy named Greg Smith, who was a bass player with Powerhouse for years. Nice, funky, fat bass sound, and certainly is up at that level with Jan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we lucked out there, that's for sure.
Well, as someone who likes to tweak the knobs, and Ryan likes to tweak knobs too, and you certainly are really good at it as far as the production end of music and understanding, where it comes from and how to reproduce it and how to get it out there. I want to touch on now some of the stuff that you did solo, because obviously you had ideas and things, and it's always, a case where it doesn't necessarily fit in with a group that you're with, or you're not with a group at that particular time. Tell me about the solo work that you did and how it began.
It began at an 8-track studio out in Waterdown. I did a album called Potpourri. The album was 8-track, small board, but the one thing that we did do was we bought really good quality microphones.
Yeah, good mics, good preamps.
Yep, exactly. And I made an instrumental album, and this track coming up is from that album. There are only 3 people on this track. Myself, Dave Houghton playing percussion, and a guy named Rick Knight, who's originally from Alabama. And he was up in our area, and I met him and through a studio in Toronto called The Grange, right? Which Sweet City Woman, Stampeders recorded their song there. So I met Rick, and he came out, and he was keyboard player. And so he played, I think they were called synthesizers at that time.
Synthesizers, yeah. Or,
I don't think they're around anymore.
Yeah.
But this track has no drum beat per se. It's a real floating track, and it's one of my favorites.
Okay, something close to your heart, something that you did yourself with a couple people who totally got what you were doing.
Yep.
And it's called Star Bright, and it's from Alex's first solo effort, Potpourri.
Potpourri.
And you're hearing it here at barbershoppodcast.com. That's Starbright. Something trippy from Alex.
In the old days.
In the old days. And people like to put headphones on and kick back on the couch.
Yeah.
Maybe partake in some, holistic pharmaceuticals and enjoy the trip, as it were.
Yeah.
That's a cool tune. What year was that recorded?
That would have been recorded 1982.
Yeah, that's about when you talk about the technology. And having
it was 8-track.
Yeah, and that was still a pricey piece to pick up at that level, for a home recorder. But it kind of opened up a lot of doors for things you're able to do and not have to go into a major studio.
Yeah,
come up with the bucks. And you did some other solo work later on.
Yeah, at Highland Studio, 24-track. Which gives you a lot more room and a lot more space to play with. And when I talked to you the other night, I told you there was a song called "The Bopper."
Yeah, and I like the story.
Yeah,
"The Bopper."
That was pretty interesting. The Bopper was originally from Burlington, and a friend of mine told me that. Sadly, the Bopper had been
dispatched.
Thank you. Great word.
With extreme prejudice.
Yes. So, I wrote this song for him. It's an instrumental song, but I wanted to call it the Bopper because the song sounded like his personality.
Right.
Where the really weird part goes here is that for years I thought he was gone, and then one day he just turned up out of the blue. He had been I think he was somewhere down in the States, in California or something like that, and had totally
got off grid.
yeah exactly, gone off the grid. And I had heard that he was back in Burlington, and I actually got to meet him again and say, I thought you were dispatched. So I wrote this song for you, and he was quite moved by that.
Well, excellent. Well, let's hear it. And this is a case where we have an instrumental song painting a picture in your head. No words necessary.
Yeah. And I could tell you about the next one right after, and we can play back to back.
Sure, let's play them back to back. Tell me about Leland.
The next one is called Leland, and I have a favorite guitarist named Albert Lee. He's played with Vince Gill, a lot of the big guys. You name somebody, Emmylou Harris, lots and lots and lots of people. Anyway, also, he's one of my favorites, so I wrote the song with his style in mind. Doesn't sound exactly like him, but it is his style.
In the style of LX, in the style of heavy influences, which is always the case when you're interpreting the sounds that impact you.
Yeah.
So it's a nice piece, and this is off of a self-titled LX, capital L, capital X.
And Lily is on this.
Lily Saz, once again, is on the Barber, but not on Leland. Okay, and this album came out more recently.
It was mid to late 90s.
Mid to late 90s. We got 2 cuts from LX, the Bopper, and Leland, back to back at barbershoppodcast.com. that was Leland. Leland, the hands of Alex MacDougall. Some beautiful playing on that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you must have been pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Get all your all your yayas out. That's for sure.
Yeah, and the instrumental music is a lot different than vocal music. You notice the guitar is the featured instrument on the track, so the guitar is acting like the vocals.
Yeah, playing all the melody lines.
Yeah, yeah, in all different parts.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that stuff.
Yeah, it was. It makes me harks the question. You know, playing and producing. You know, they probably stimulate different parts of the brain for you. You know, you like doing both of them.
Yeah.
But you recorded that at
Highland
Studios as well.
Yep.
And you did a lot of good work up there over the years.
There was a lot of opportunity there were a lot of bands around at the time. There was a lot of opportunity. The studio pricing wasn't out of this world.
Yeah.
After a while, people did want to work there.
Yeah.
You know, after they heard some of the recordings, and we used a 32-track MCI board.
Nice.
Which is very nice. It came from Florida, from Criteria Studios in Florida, I think it was.
And there was a model that this studio was kind of built around, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the actual building was built around Cherokee Studios in California.
Right.
The guy who built it got the plans for Cherokee Studio and built the studio based on those plans. The MCI board, why that's interesting, is because it's the same board that the Allman Brothers recorded on, and Eric Clapton recorded on, and all these different people. And Steve, the guy who owned the studio, managed to get a hold of it.
Yeah, I was going to say there was a lot of Allman Brothers influence on the last track we heard.
Yeah,
guitars, soaring guitars, and another piece he recorded up there, a bunch of cats, Blackwood Point. I want you to talk about that, because when you played it for me, I thought, this is heavy. This is kind of an interesting sound. How did you come to work with those guys?
They had heard some of my solo work, along with some other tracks that were recorded there. They came up to the studio, have a look-see, listen to a few tunes, and then decided everything was copacetic, and we're going to record. And we recorded pretty well an album's worth of material, at least 10 songs. And when I was going through the tunes, there were some songs that they invited me to play guitar on. And this song is called Little Missy, and I love the tune. It's so heavy a groove,
Yeah.
And I play the first solo off the top, and then I think Mike plays the second solo, Mike Blackburrow, and Jeff is in on all the harmonies. We have 3-part guitar harmonies, and it's a screamer.
Yeah, and there's again, Lily's in on this as well.
She did some vocals. Yep.
Girl can sing.
Yep. Oh, she's a great background singer.
Yeah.
Really, really good. She's on a lot of people's albums. She just finished one with Paul Langell, brand new album out. And she sings a lot of background vocals there and plays keyboards.
Okay.
So
this is from a working band too. Like, they were playing a lot of dates, and so they had that groove down. They knew what made people's butts move. I liked.
Absolutely.
So I was really impressed with this. Let's hear Little Missy, and this is something featuring Alex MacDougall that he worked on.
Yep.
And it's right here at barbershoppodcast.com.
little myself. You're my dream, you're my fantasy. Blue eyes, golden hair. Got to get you, baby, can't you see? Turn to look, but you're not even there. I'm gonna get you, little myself. I need you here with me. You know you drive me wild. I need you here with me. Yeah, you're a woman, not a child. I'm gonna get you, little myself. Little myself. Now I got you here with me, but still I'm all alone. I need your loving, baby, can't you see? But my heart of love has turned to heart of stone. I'm gonna get you, little myself. Little myself. I'm getting closer, baby.
Get you, little missy. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, moving on from the kind of things that you did and what roads you took, let's talk about what you're doing now, because you're with a really smoking good outfit. Called Groovecore, and you've been together for about a year and a half, 2 years now.
Groove Corporation, the actual original band, is 10 years old.
Wow.
But it's moved through many players, and they were basically a bar horn band, and then Lily and I got involved with them, and we decided we'd try and get some recordings done. So I went to my friend Ian Nielsen, and who has turned into a great engineer and co-production guy, and we did a Groovecore album. That went okay, so we went back to do what are called demos. Now, for people who don't understand what demos are songs that bands go in and record. You do demos here.
Mm-hmm.
It could be anything from one guitar and a voice to the entire band. We decided to go back. We wrote a bunch of tunes, spent the winter writing the tunes, and then went into Ian's studio and did up these demos. Now, Groove Corporation is has a 3-piece horn section, and so the sound is really big.
Yeah.
And it also has Lily in that band, Kim Campanero on vocals, Frank Viganello on drums, myself on guitar, Peter McFarlane on saxophone, Brian, he's new in the band. I can't remember his last name.
This happens more often than you know coming in.
But a great baritone sax player.
Right.
And Rob Gilmer plays trumpet, who organizes all the horn charts and all that type of thing.
So there's a lot of work, a lot of, like you said, charting and phrasing.
Man.
You just don't get slapped something like this together.
Right. And Kim also plays congas.
Yeah, I've seen him. It's quite good on stage.
Yeah,
I think sometimes difficult, but it absolutely plays to a stage show.
So the point about demos is that whatever you may buy at the very end may not be exactly what you heard tonight, right?
Right.
So I think of demos in artist terms of when our artists do sketches, Tom Thompson might have done a sketch, or Lauren Harris might have done a sketch. So it's a sketch of the tune, and then eventually down the road, the band works out all the different pieces, how they apply. Some leave, some pieces are left out, other pieces are rewritten to put in. So the song may not sound exactly the same, but I thought that it would be fun to play a few demos.
Yeah.
And to give people an idea of what people do.
Yeah, exactly. And you're bringing in something that's being world debuted here at barbershoppodcast.com.
You got that right.
It's very important that we do get the first piece of pie out of the oven, right, Ryan? We get ornery when there's no pie or the pie is cold.
We need the first piece.
We need the first piece, still steaming. And
well, you got it, brother.
We got it. So we got some Groove Corporation. They're playing this Saturday night, the 27th of April, at Stonewalls on York Boulevard.
Stonewalls has been totally revamped.
Yeah, they've got
they got a big stage now,
yeah,
and
the sound looks really nice.
Sound is great, lights are great, and they took out all the booths down the middle and they put tables in, so the sight lines are
much better, more room to move around.
Yep.
Well, it's nice because it's been a good music club for a while, and I'm glad that they continue to carry that torch, because sometimes it's tough, to justify it, but if you keep at it, people know to go there for a good time. I'm certainly going to be there, so if you want to come and buy me a drink, I'm going to be there.
I'll do that
this Saturday, and you're going to hear two songs back to back, Shame and Buffalo, both from Groovecore, and we're going to talk a little bit more about them when we get back. But right now, this is for you at barbershoppodcast.com.
That's the way you roll. You're not fooling anyone. You ain't got no soul. Hey, Mr. Bay Street, you got nothing on the line. Everything you lost was actually mine. Hey, Mr. Big Shot, look at what you got. You're a lying thief. Say
Bubbles in a bad wine, rising to the top. Drag me on the through mill, and it just won't stop. Like the lines on a highway, going on and on. Keep trying to sell everybody on your take of the song. Shots and all those blows. I hope you get all you deserve in Buffalo. Buffalo. Go on and take your show down to Buffalo, where no one there knows.
barbershoppodcast.com. That's Groovecore, featuring Alex MacDougall, our guest, and Buffalo, a song about a woman getting her groove on. A little cross-border nookie.
I suppose.
It's not open for interpretation. But there, anyway, you heard it here.
Somebody on this side of the border was thinking about it.
Well, that's a great thing about songwriting. You can just pick anything out of the air.
Yeah.
I've had songwriters in here, and I think, oh my God, your life must have been. He goes, oh, I just wrote that, you know.
And the stuff about Groove Corporation is that we all sat down and wrote this stuff together.
Yeah.
Kim would come up with different vocal lines. I would come up with different guitar parts. Lily keyboards. The horns would come up with different ideas. So it was a real collaboration to get these demos done.
Yeah, and we're just saying Ryan can't make it out, but you know, if you can make it out to Stonewalls on Saturday, you got to see this band live, because when you get a horn section coming out and adding that to what is already a huge full sound, it's just something to behold, and it's everyone gets their butt moving. Really groovy band. Yeah, hence the name, right?
And we're looking forward to seeing everybody out there. Yeah. I also wanted to add that the food is great.
Yeah, it is. You know, and it's not often. A lot of times you have to pick one or the other, right?
Yeah.
Your music or your food, but you get a little bit of both there. Okay, we're to talk about some of the other things as a sideman, or something where you kind of stepped in and added something as opposed to being an architect and building it from the ground up.
Right.
You brought something in, and it's modern day cowboy, and I guess the outfit's called Timberline. But tell me about the fella behind it, Art Wanders, and his story and how you come to meet him.
Art, quite an interesting fellow. Wrote in the and still does, I guess, right in the country vein, but like modern day country. He's also a furniture maker, and man, some of the furniture he makes is just spectacular, you know. We had a band called Timberline, and I was on guitar, Lily on keyboards and vocals, and a drummer named Bill Cimbala, who's now drumming out in Vancouver, and I can't remember the bass player's name.
It happens.
It does. After, you know, so many
years,
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sessions. Yeah. So I really like this tune. I thought it really represented the modern day country sound.
And Art's a truck driver, I remember you saying.
He
does some of that, and I just thought, you know what, that's a great, I remember driving myself, and you're in that environment, your captive environment, and your mind is only locked into the basic things you're doing to your next destination, and when there's music there, it's one of those places where you're truly...
Yeah, you can be creative while you're while the wheels are turning.
Literally. Okay, we're going to hear some Timberline, and this is Art Wanders with, again, Alex and Lily Saz and a few other cats that came right out here, Hamilton. A really unique track that you're hearing here at the Barbershop Podcast.
Modern day cowboy, a different breed, living in the city, just taking what he needs. It's not the place where he likes to be. He's the kind of man that's got to be free, don't you know? Modern day cowboy, in the clubs, singing his country, just doing what he loves. He does what he does just to survive. It's a neat old world to realize in the city. Yeah, great big smoke. Modern day cowboy. Modern day cowboy. Just don't do it for money. You just wanna make you feel good with his song. It's the blood in the veins that makes the man. I hope you all understand the modern day cowboy. Modern day cowboy, doing what he can, living in the city, not living off the land. Speaking for myself and I say, I wouldn't mind living back in yesterday, robbing trains, yeah, robbing little banks. Modern day cowboy, just do it for love. Modern day cowboy, just do it for love. Just don't do it for money. Just wanna make you feel good with his song. Just don't do it for money. Just wanna make you feel good with his song. It's the blood in the veins that makes the man. I hope you all understand. They can all go to hell.
And that was your Timberline, featuring Art Wanders, real country,
Yeah,
Lonesome Crow sound there.
yeah. Very talented man.
Yeah.
We did pretty well on albums full of material, and I picked that one out because it had been on the radio before.
Yeah, and it's nice when you hear your stuff on the radio. And like you said,
It is.
You know, it's like you have to scramble a little bit more, and your stuff gets played on shows like this, or people can download it. But when you know the old car radio or something, when you hear your song, it's kind of really special. One guy who had a lot of radio plays, a friend of the show, came on one of the first shows. You know, a really big force in Canadian songwriting, and someone who still performs, you know, to this day, is Ray Marerick. And a lot of people work with Ray. You know, you must have enjoyed playing on something that's so evocative. And
Well, we put a band together with it would be Ray on vocals, myself on guitar, Lily on keyboards, Jack Pedler on drums, and another friend of the show.
There you go.
And Terry Bramhall, who's now living out in Vancouver, and he played on some of Ray's original stuff that Dan Langwell worked on, which was back in the old Linda Put the Coffee On and tunes like that.
Right.
So we got together, and the interesting part of this is that we got together and we went to Lily's mom's house out in Beamsville, and we lived together as a band, right? Like they used to do in the old days.
The old days when you had some cohesion, some team building.
Yeah, you get up and you'd go there and, you know, you'd rehearse these songs. So we recorded several tunes at Grand Avenue, but these tunes were recorded at Hyde. Oh, excuse me. at Highland Studios.
Okay.
Ray is, in my opinion, kind of the Bob Dylan of Canada. And that's only my opinion. But that's the way I feel about the music I worked on with him.
Yeah.
And there's one song on here called Always. Second song we're going to play. And you can ask the listeners if this should not be a movie theme.
Yeah, very evocative, and he can paint a picture within the first 4 bars. As good as anyone.
Yeah, and he has a unique voice. Really,
you don't get that strong tenor really too often anymore.
Right, and he sings with a lot of feeling. You know, you put something in front of him, and he can interpret just like that.
Well, okay, we're going to play a couple things off of True Spirit, which is one of the incarnations of Ray Marerick, someone we love here at the show and we enjoy working with. First thing we're going to play is On Fire For You. And
this song got played in Europe through Rodo Nodo Records, which was, I believe, Randall Cousins. And it was on a compilation disc. And it got quite a bit of airplay in Europe.
Well, we're going to give it some airplay all over the world because we're worldwide here at barbershoppodcast.com, and you're hearing someone from right here in Hamilton, Ray Marerick, and you're hearing someone right here from Hamilton on guitar, Alex MacDougall, and Lily Saz, who you just, you're not going to leave her at home.
No.
No.
And you wouldn't want to.
You wouldn't want to. And so you're hearing it here at barbershoppodcast.com.
And I live within the law. Just another poor boy with his back against the wall. I am no stranger to the stranglehold. When your nights are dark and empty, hard and lonely and gray and cold. I feel the wind blow and I read between the lines. Here in this jungle where I fight for what is mine. You are a power that comes over me. You are the spark of life, like the heart and soul in me. I'm on fire for you. I'm on fire for you. Oh, I just can't stop. I climb a mountain top.
May all your dreams come true, is my wish for you. May you always be beautiful and free. May this prayer find you there in peace and happiness. May your fear disappear, and may all your days be blessed.
Hamilton's own Ray Marerick, featuring Alex MacDougall. Again, beautiful sound, beautiful passages, nice phrasing.
Yeah, that should be in a movie.
Yeah,
I think
very, very evocative, that one.
Yeah.
Now, the groove core. This is a band. Again, I can't mention enough. This is someone who, if you get a chance to see this band live, you need to see them live. It is a pleasure to see that kind of level of musicianship on that kind of scale take place, because it's not an easy thing to put together. You can't just, even rehearsals are difficult to get that many people together.
Yeah.
And then you put it on a stage. It has to be a stage that's big enough. It has to be the one that has enough monitors and microphones. And there's not enough clubs like there were in the day when the TH&B ran through here, and it was a pretty steady diet of great music from around North America that would come through here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I want to play one more tune before Saturday Night Show at Stonewall's Restaurant, York Boulevard. You can check them out on Facebook, or just
we should give out a couple of web addresses.
Yeah,
as well.
we're going to post these also on our website.
Okay.
So you can click too. But go ahead.
www.groovecorporation.com. You can see our new video there.
Blind Man with a Cigarette?
That's it.
Yeah, and it's a heck of a good video. Nice job. Who did that for you?
I can't Lily set it all up, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but a remarkable guy. He does documentary films and all kinds of stuff, and was through a friend of Lily's
Okay.
that he came into town and did this, and then did all the editing and
Yeah.
everything.
It's a tough gig because Ryan does videos. He does great videos. We're starting to do some neat ones down here. And the thing is, it's important to get a video out there so people can, that's the medium that people are checking you out in.
Sure.
But you don't want to go out and look like a doofus with a sounding, a crappy audio track and a crappy video and say, this is me, So, it very much was in the style of the band. It's a good video. Check it out. You can link to it from our website.
And I also have some websites that I'll give you to put up on your site. I have a blog spot where there's lots of pictures of Crowbar and King Biscuit Boy, and there's one with me and Stevie Ray Vaughan, which was pretty interesting.
Nice.
And quite a few other pictures and little stories, and a picture of my dad with his Gretsch guitar. We talked about that.
Yeah. It's nice to have something that's so dear to your heart that's also an heirloom.
Yeah.
When, a lot of us get, cufflinks or something like that.
Yeah.
But to get a nice orange Gretsch 6120, that's the real deal.
Yeah.
It is. It's an old, beautiful piece.
Yeah.
And, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you brought the music of the guitar to, so many people for so many years. It's my favorite instrument. I'm biased, but, I think, somebody who can make it sing and talk.
Well, this is the track we're going to play now, called "I'm So Gone," is part of the demo situation that we talked about with Groove Corporation. There's going to be a new Groove Corporation CD come out eventually, but right at the moment we're still in the process of making demos.
Well, you're hearing it here. World debut at barbershoppodcast.com, and
you got that right.
You got that right. That's something you can only be said once. After this, it's been out there, and we got to touch it, and you got to hear it first.
And when it comes up, as I said, it's a demo, so somewhere down the road it may appear on a Groove Corp album with slightly different changes or slightly different horn parts, or maybe Kim will write some different words, or...
But you'll definitely recognize it because it's your demos sound like probably a little slicker than most people's. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to give you a taste of it here at the Barbershop. This is what song are we doing?
I'm So Gone.
I'm So Gone from Groovecore. BarbershopPodcast.com.
Of our love when we're together, it's like I'm testifying to myself. We can handle any weather. And I'm feeling something new this time. I'm feeling something more than imagination. I'm feeling you this time. You're coming on like a soul salvation. I'm so gone. I'm so gone. I'm so gone. Oh, you. I'm so gone. It's that sweet, sweet scent of you lying in my bed. I'm gonna kiss you on your lips, but you kiss me with your eyes instead. something new this time. I'm feeling something more than imagination. I'm feeling you this time. You're coming on like a soul salvation. Over you, yeah, over you. It's the way you run your fingers down my back as you whisper in my ear. I feel my poor and lonely heart shaking, but you take away all my tears. And I'm feeling something new this time. I'm feeling something more than imagination. I'm feeling you this time. You're coming on like a soul salvation. I'm so gone. Over you. I'm so gone. Over you. I'm so gone. Over you. I'm so
Yes, I'm so gone. Groove Corporation.
Oh yeah.
So, as Ryan was saying, that's pretty slick for a demo. It's nice when you put something together like that.
Well, it's also too that it's a very large band.
Yeah.
And when you're making demos, you want everybody to have a chance to, put their little part in.
Yeah, you might call it a bit more on final production, but at least in the demos, you tend to hear.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone getting their shots because, I know when I listen to it, a lot of times it's there's one bit that comes out and grabs you, and you say, okay, I'm only going to put that on at the bridge, but I'm glad I heard everything because I'm either going to bury it a little bit more or take it out entirely. But to play through the whole thing, as a player, you probably like to get the groove and the feel of a song. By
That's the idea. That's the idea
not
behind
just jumping in and out of it.
Yeah.
So Groove Core is been around for 10 years, and since you and Lily have kind of gone in and put it into the production mode, where
that was about 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. Lily actually started first working with them, and then they had a guitar player. His name was Dave Cross, and another local guy, but moved to Toronto to try and get some full-time work. Then that's when Lily asked me if I would like to do this, and because I had grown up in horn bands all my life, from the Lincolns in Nova Scotia, had a 4-piece horn section. Young, which had a 4-piece horn section, and various other bands that had individual saxophone players or trombone players or different things like that. So the demos are exactly that. They're demos. I know they sound like more than a guy in the basement with a single guitar.
Yeah.
But the idea was to work out all the different parts of the tune, and Ian Nielsen worked very hard with us on this from his studio, Townhouse Recorders, and we'll see where it goes in the end.
Yeah, and we'll certainly make you aware of it here at the Barbershop podcast when that puppy comes out. You're going to know about it. Before we say goodbye tonight, I want you to touch on probably one of the greatest exports that Hamilton ever produced musically, and I would have been shocked if you hadn't worked with him because of the number of ways your paths probably crossed over the years. But, tell me about Richard Newell, King Biscuit
Boy, Richard Newell. I had written a song called "The Austin Stomp" for my solo album. I wanted to use it as the closing album, as the closer to the album. So the other tunes that we heard have most of the people from Harrison Kennedy's band playing on it. This particular song has the people from Crowbar, Paul Panchizak playing drums, Sean O'Halloran on bass, Lily Zaz on keyboards, myself on guitar, the Powerhouse horn section, and then Richard. And Richard's pretty well the star of the show.
Yeah.
And quite an interesting story of how we got Richard to the studio on time to play on the track. Our keyboard player, Lily, we all arrived at the studio to do our tracks. And Richard had played the night before and had been up quite late. So Lily went over to his house with $50 and knocked on the front door. Nobody answered, right? So she went around to the back window and started knocking on the back window.
Because Lily's not going without Richard Newell.
That's right.
She's going to get him.
She's going to make sure
she's got the crisp red bill in one hand.
Yeah,
and she's knocking.
Yeah,
the
and she got him to wake up eventually and brought him back over to the studio. And the guy, all he asked her was, "What key is this in?" He had never heard the tune before. Lily told him the key. He brought one harmonica and laid down one track. No overdubs, no nothing.
Yeah.
Just one track. There it is. It's done. Okay, can you give me a ride home now?
Yeah, and you get to hear it. And when I heard it, I was blown away.
Yeah.
And this is Canada's greatest harmonica player and arguably one of the greatest
in the world
of all time.
Yeah, they compare him to Paul Butterfield and some of the great Southern harmonica players. He had one of the greatest blues collections, and it was donated to Mohawk, I think, of vinyl and cassette tapes and really unusual stuff, 45s. And so I was very proud to have him on the track. I had played in a band, Crowbar with King Biscuit Boy, and we had played together several years. The band had broke up. Rich was playing with a bunch of other folks around town, or wherever the gigs came up. That's where he went. He'd go down to Buffalo once in a while, and I think Detroit at one point. And he'd work with various people, and a great singer as well.
Yes. True blues voice.
Oh, man.
My God.
Yeah. So I felt I was really fortunate to have him play on that track, and I can never thank Lily enough for going over and because he wasn't answering the phone, he wasn't answering his front door because he was asleep because he had a gig and probably didn't get home till 6 in the morning.
Right. So it's with that in mind that when you listen to this track, not only had he not heard the song before, but he was basically, all of us have a hard time getting dressed after we get up.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is what this man does, probably, I think, better than anyone. And it's a wonderful little Texas sounding, jumpy blues bit called Austin Stomp.
That's correct.
And you'll find it on Alex's solo album, LX. And it's featuring Hamilton's very own Richard Newell here on barbershoppodcast.com.
This is Rick Newell saying good night and good luck.
And before we say good night and good luck, I have to say I could listen to that all day long.
Yeah, you and me both, man.
That must have been a hell of a lot of fun.
It was. It was tremendous fun.
You know what's been tremendous fun having you in tonight. There's a lot of music, and I enjoyed it all. And thank you for giving us such a nice slice of Hamilton music and world music, because, you know, this stuff did get out now, didn't it?
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for you guys having me on the show, and I thank you very much.
Well, Ryan, thanks for coming out and lugging the wood as usual. And,
that's a new one. Lugging the wood.
Lugging the wood.
I don't mind that.
You know, okay.
Depending on how you take
it. Better than tweaking the knobs, anyway.
Yeah. They both kind of have the same double entendre.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to have Spin Dizzy on the show. We're going to get rocky with it. But again, thanks for joining us every week at barbershoppodcast.com. We've got a new slice of heaven for you, and I'm glad you came out and joined us tonight. Thank you, and have a good night.